We've seen a huge amount of investment in water management.
Icyagaragaye nuko hari igishoro cyinshi mu gufata neza amazi.
And it's clearly of direct and immediate benefit to farmers.
Kandi mu buryo bwinshi abaturage babyungukiramo.
And there's a mixture of big technology with dikes and huge areas of rice and very small technology which is down to soil and water investments on a single farm.
Hari igishoro kinini na teknoloji nyinshi irimo gukora za dike kandi hakaba ni na teknoloji iciriritse ishobotse ku bahinzi ubwabo mu mirima yabo nko gufata neza ubutaka n'amazi.
In our story, the farmers appear to be simply the recipients of a lot of technology.
Abaturage cyangwa abahinzi n'aborozi nibo bagaragara nkaho haribo bagenerwa bikorwa muri ibi.
Very correctly, the project government has gone to great lengths to consult the communities and the farmers about what can be to their benefit.
Ikigaragara kandi cyiza nuko umushinga na leta ubwayo bigerageza kugira ngo abaturage babigiremo uruhare.
And they brought their expertise and their technology.
Bakazana ubumenyi bwabo na teknoloji zabo.
And they've come to an agreement about what is possible and what is desirable.
Bakumvikana igishoboka n'igikenewe.
But the interesting thing is, in that process, the farmers were invited to take part in a mapping exercise.
Kandi ikintu cyagaragaye nuko habaye gushushanya igishushanyo mbonera kandi abaturage ubwabo bakaba barabigizemo uruhare.
That mapping was intended to feed directly into the large-scale planning operation.
Kandi icyo gishushanyo mbonera akamaro kacyo kwari kugira ngo gihe icyerekezo umushinga.
The unexpected bonus was that the farmers, in doing the exercise, learned new things about their own resources, about their own location, and about their own ability to work together.
Icyagaragaye kandi cyo abahinzi bashoboye kubona icyo cyaberetse mu gukora icyo gishushanyo mbonera nuko bari bafite aho bavuye n'ikindi gishushanyo mbonera kibereka aho bashaka kugera.
The farmers themselves have discovered they can manage and plan their own future.
Icya kabiri nuko abahinzi ubwabo bamenye teknoloji bagashobora no byagaragaye ko bashobora kwikorera igenamigambi ubwabo.
So two things are happening here.
Biragaragara ko hari ibintu birimo kuba.
Significant, important technology is being delivered to the farmers, but they're recipients of that technology.
Ikoranabuhanga ririmo kugera ku baturage kandi birimo kubaho koko.
But at the same time, the farmers are learning how to manage their own resources more effectively.
Ariko nanone abahinzi n'aborozi bakamenya gufata ibyo bafite neza.
So I wonder in the future,
ariko tukibaza ejo hazaza,
which is the secret to sustainability, which is the way forward?
Ni iki kizatuma ibikorwa biramba ahubwo bikarushaho kugira undi mumaro mwiza.
Great. Then we will begin, and first I must welcome everybody and thank you very much for coming this afternoon.
Ngwashaka gutangira ashimira buri muntu wese ko yashoboye kuza hano.
Then what I would like to do, with your permission, is to look into one particular aspect, which, as you know, we've been looking at in making the film, and that is the particular issue of watershed mapping within the framework of watershed management planning.
Hari gukora bya bishushanyo mbonera by'amabanga y'imisozi ngo ashaka kumenya uko icyo gikorwa gikora niba hari abajya bakigiramo uruhare bagira icyo babivugaho.
And I guess to turn it into a question, I would ask people to express their opinion. What's the point of the watershed mapping and who benefits from it?
Ashaka kumenya impamvu mukora bya bishushanyo mbonera by'amabanga y'imisozi n'icyo bibamarira. mu bajya babigiramo uruhare mu gukora ibyo bishushanyo mbonera. So the mapping, what it mainly does is illustrate a sort of a way from where they are coming from and where they hope to be, and also a third one that gives them a state of where they currently are.
tugezehe dusigaje kujya
ntago nashaka kuvuga nagira ngo havuge mwebwe banyiri
I'm encouraging everyone here, especially the beneficiaries, to the activities that QAMP has are for them. They are meant for them, so they're the ones who are supposed to, put in effort.
biramba byasenyuka ejo mu gitondo icyo mbona jewe kizaba.
What I think will be very important will be to change mentality. To change your mentality. It can be technology, it can be any other modernized way of doing things, but what I think will be very beneficial to all of you will be change of mindset. So he has given two examples. One of them is before the project, they used to allow the soil to get eroded. So that was ignorance. They used to allow the soil to be washed away, but now they grow grass, the tall grass, to fight against the erosion. And the second example he gave was raising cows or livestock in cow sheds. So they've changed mentality that way. Another way in which they've changed mentality is collecting water in the ponds from rainwater, so they do not have a particular time in which they are going to grow crops, and another one where they will stay laid back because it is the dry season. So that's another way in which they've changed their mentality, collecting water and making their gardens productive every season. That is indeed true. Mentality has changed based on what the example our sister gave, that before people used to grow crops or have productivity during the rainy season and not the dry season, and that has changed clearly because crops are grown in the dry and in the wet season.
hari n'ibindi bintu bihinduka mu myumvire y'abagenerwabikorwa.
Mentality has changed, I accept that. Because they've identified other changes apart from the ones that were mentioned here. For example, the example is the citizens being able to be part of or to engage, to have the medical to be in the medical insurance scheme plan. It's a hard thing to get citizens to participate or be part of it. So that also is as a result of change of mentality. And the other example was... And another important thing is the aspect of socializing amongst people. The social life has been upgraded. The example he gave is, for example, if the project has given a cow to a certain family, and they will expect the calf or the offspring of that cow to be given to the neighbor. So there will be that sort of connection between the two. Social life has been upgraded. Yes, indeed, connections have been very good. It has drawn them, it has drawn neighbors closer, even closer, in such a way that if a neighbor has been able to milk their cows and has milk, they'll be able to share with the neighbors, so there's good connection.
ikintu gihumura cyahindutse ni mu bworozi cyane cyane ubundi mbere inka yirwa ku gasozi.
So mentality indeed has changed because before they used to graze their cows from far away from home, and that was not good compared to how they rear them today in the cow sheds, and then they even produce the production is good compared to how it was before. So mindset has changed.
Usanga imyumvire yo guhinduka byari bihombere ubu byarahindutse kandi abantu bifashe neza cyane.
Yewe ndatekereza yuko
So I personally think that change of mindset has not yet reached there yet, because none of you people here is saying how their mindset actually has changed.
Mu mutwe wanjye hahindutse ibi.
So for example, talking about the cows and fighting against the erosion, yes, but that is technology. So what we want to hear is, look, this is how I used to think, this is how things used to be in my mind, but today I think this way and I want to practice this way. Indeed, what the farmers are saying is related to the technology that they've given to them. And she also is not seeing where mindset has changed, that point of where mindset has changed. So they've given the farmers the technology, and some of them have implemented, have acted upon the technology that has been given to them. But he's admitting that the mindset has been changed, but on a slightly low level, because when they teach them the technology, they will go and find, after some time, they will go and find that they've acted, something has been done, and then after another period, they will come and find that it has grown, and asked why. If the farmers are asked why, they will explain, and you will directly know that mindset has changed. So he admits it's at a slow level, at a small level, but yeah, with time it is going to be good.
I think what I've heard is probably as good as it can get in terms of change. I think there's recognition in the room that things are changing, they're not being done the way they were in the years gone by.
Icy'ingenzi yashoboye kubona hano mu biganiro, kumva nako mu biganiro twari turimo hano nuko hamaze guterwa intambwe nini, hari ibyiza byagezweho kubera ntabwo mukimeze nk'uko mwari mumeze mbere.
But we're still a long way from the community getting completely in control of their own future.
Ariko icyo yavuga nuko abaturage cyangwa abahinzi ubwo baracyari inyuma cyane, ugereranyije ntaho baracyari inyuma cyane mu birebana no ku participation.
It's like being on a bus.
Ni nko kuba uri ku modoka, uri mu modoka.
If this project is a bus,
tuvuge ko iyi projet ari imodoka.
We can say two things. We think we know where the bus is going.
Dushobora kwibwira ko tuzi aho iyo modoka igana.
And we know that the journey has already begun.
Kandi urugendo rwatangiye.
Now the question is, do we think we're on somebody else's bus, or do we think we're on our own bus?
Ariko ikibazo ni ukuvuga ngo iyo modoka ndimo ni iyanjye cyangwa itwawe n'undi muntu.
And perhaps it'd be interesting to test one or two of the words that people use around this project.
Ngibyo yabijyanye n'amagambo abiri abantu bakunze gukoresha muri uyu mushinga.
It would be this is not a test, but could everybody raise their hand if they think they are a participant in QAM?
Abumva ko ntabwo ari ikizamini, ariko abumva ko bafite uruhare mu mushinga wa kwampu ngo bashire ukuboko hejuru.
Not Charles? Is your hand up or not? You see, what the world is trying to do is to change from top down to bottom up, and to get the community to be more in control.
Nk'uko yatangiye bivuga ngo ubu ibigezweho cyangwa icyiza abantu impuguke zakoze ubushakashatsi babona ko gukora ubuyobozi buva hasi bujya hejuru nibyo byiza kurusha uko biva hejuru bijya hasi.
There's no problem when we use the word beneficiary, because it is clear that some or all of the farmers are benefiting from the project in many ways.
Ngo si bibi kuvuga ko abantu bamwe hari ijambo riwavuze beneficiaries ni abagenerwabikorwa, ngo ntabwo ari bibi kuvuga ko hari abantu bamwe bari abagenerwabikorwa.
But what strikes us as a little bit odd is that without even thinking about it, people say, yes, we are participating in the project.
Ariko abahinzi barababwira ngo bagira uruhare muri project, bafite uruhare muri project.
But in fact, I would suggest that it is the project that is participating in the lives of the farmers.
Ariko icyo yakwifuje ni uko ahubwo project ubwayo cyangwa umushinga ubwayo ugira uruhare mu buzima bw'abaturage. Ngo nibyo byiza aho kugira ngo abaturage bagire uruhare mu mushinga, ahubwo umushinga aba ari wo umanuka ukagira uruhare mu buzima bw'abaturage cyangwa mu mikorere y'ubuhinzi bw'abaturage.
Is that crazy?
Ngo ibyo birumva ari ibisazi cyangwa nibyo. So this would be a good opportunity for you, the community and for the farmers, to tell us what to do best in order for things to go well, or what you instead should do to see the project going very, very well. Or even you can tell us that maybe the approach or the communication
nabwo butagenda neza, ntabwo imeze neza, tuyivugurure dute kugira ngo umuntu arusheho guhinduka.
It's another good thing to tell us, maybe to change the way we communicate, for you to change your mindset.
Hakanyura umugezi w'amazi, imvura ntigwe, imyaka ikuma, nanone ni ikibazo kigaruka.
So the issue is still change of mindset. But we all know very well that with or without quam, life is possible.
Quam ihari idahari mubaho. Sibyo? Ariko icyo shaka kuvuga hangaha ni iki mugomba.
But what you should do is set targets for yourselves, and say, I've given myself this time, by this time I should have achieved it.
Kuko kakigeraho mu gihe kingana gutya.
What I was expecting us to do is say that we have moved from this state to this one and we're expecting to be there and not be reliant, or in other words, not be dependent on the project. You know, like how a mother nurses her baby, breastfeeding. So at a certain point, the child has to get off and learn how to eat. So that is how I was trying to not be dependent of the mother.
Nabyo birashoboka, ariko bitewe nuko uba warabanye na wa mwana.
Yes, time will come for the child to leave the parent, but when you are an obedient child, you will leave your parents, but you'll always put in mind or remember or act upon the advice that your parent gave you or the way your parent raised you.
Agucukije nawe za nama yakugiriye ushobora kuzitangiriraho iyo uri umwana wumva kandi uri umwana ushaka gushyira mu bikorwa ibyo yakwigishije.
So you make use of the good things they taught you. So it is a good thing that they look at Quamp as their parent. So when time comes and Quamp leaves, but they will put in mind and continue using and making good use of what they've left them with. But also still basing on the other example, child mother, there is no parent who wants their children to stay relying or depending on the parent. When a parent sees their child off, the girl maybe has gone and she is married and is leading a good life, and the same to the boy, there is no happy life as that one. The parent is very happy. So that is what we are still stressing. That is what I want you to tell me. When exactly are we going to say, thank you, Quamp, go and work in the Kayonza district or go and work in another district? Because if you do not do it exactly, if we don't not do it exactly that way, what it will imply is Quamp was not successful here.
Ntabwo-
Even for the developed countries, for the developed world, they are where they
Reka
are
natwe-
because they said to donors or to people who are helping them that buy, we need to continue by ourselves. So it is, thank you, you helped us achieve this, you are with us, but buy, we have to continue by ourselves.